Hi, March Money. We have Michelle and Fernando here today. Hey, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
they they just came out with, let me see if I can get this right, Book Listing Bling. Is that right?
Yes.
So we want to hear all about it. We always know every time Fernando comes out with something is something good. So we were excited that you came out with something for KDP. And I think that everybody's met Fernando because he's been on the show a couple times, but I don't know if everyone's met Michelle or not. Do you want to introduce yourself, Michelle?
You bet. Hello, Helen, and thank you, and welcome to everybody here. I'm so excited, and thank you for having me. I've been doing KDP for several years, and I met Fernando about 1.5 years ago, interviewing on his platform about KDP. And then this last summer, I started teaching it as well, and I have a background in education, so it made sense to kind of combine those things together. I've sold a lot of books on KDP, and I also do a lot of sponsored advertising, a lot of marketing. And so, Fernando and I both have had a lot of people come to us in our groups specifically asking this question. And so, I have other courses that are going right now. And so they're like, why are you doing this now, Michelle? But you know what? Everybody keeps asking us this. So we're like, you know what? We just got to do it. There's never going to be the right time. The time is now. And so we put this together to help answer those burning questions that people keep having about their Amazon listings. And really, the bling is, bling it up, right? So it look pretty and look inviting. Fernando has a great background in psychology. And, when things look great, that increases your chance of someone clicking that buy button. And if you're doing sponsored advertising, even more so, we don't want to pay for that extra click if we don't have something that looks good enough to buy. So
right.
That's why we're here.
Perfect. Well, thank you both for being here. I know it's short notice, but I really appreciate you coming on. And I really appreciate everybody joining live now. I know we went on a little bit early, but hi to Teresa. Hi to Mike. Hi to everybody watching. For everybody watching, just if you have questions for Fernando or Michelle, definitely post them and we will ask. But how about we start with you guys just giving a little bit of a brief overview of what it is and when is the last day to sign up? Because it starts tomorrow, right?
Yes, it starts tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm confused with the time zone. So I know it's 2 o'clock my time, 11 your time.
I have 11. I live in Oregon, so I'm on the far west coast, and Fernando's in the middle of the country. So.
And then I'm on the east.
You're on the east, so 11 Pacific.
11 Pacific. Okay, that's when it starts tomorrow.
Yeah, so we start tomorrow. So yes,
Okay.
I mean we let's put it this way. I was giving a coaching call on my in my mastermind to one of my my students, and that she asked me the question, right? Like, hey Fernando, I saw this huge there was a post going around in groups about somebody who was making so much money with some journal being sold on KDP. And she asked me, how do I get those pictures? And I'm like, well, you go here and you do that. And she's like, no, you don't. And I'm like, are you sure? So I went and checked. It's no secret, I am not a KDP seller. I have very small books that I listed. Not because I don't believe in the platform, I just don't have the time. And I'm not the type of person that just goes in everywhere. So I said, okay, let me go to my master person, the one that does. And I asked Michelle, they're asking me this question, because, and then everybody in my group started asking me the same question, because when we had the mastermind coaching call, it's everybody's in one call asking this. And it was like, everybody wants to know this. And she's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. I said, I know how to do this. Like, yeah, I mean, I know how to do it too, because I do private label, So we were like, so we started asking around. It's like, does anybody know how to do this? And we were like, nobody knows. And we were like, oh,
I know.
And we're like, we do know. So why no? Then we said, well, let's combine, my marketing background with your KDP experience, and let's create a masterclass that can get, everybody into the same place, and and let's help them increase their conversions. Because one thing is with the KDP that I notice is that people they see a journal and they see only the front and the back, and then a very cluttered description, and then it leaves to the customer's imagination to know what is inside. It's like you gotta buy it to know. So And that is a very awful way to sell something like a journal or a coloring book or a cookbook or something. It has to have graphics. It has to have that appeal to somebody who is going. So you're wasting a lot of your marketing money when somebody clicks on the listing and all they see is the back and forth in front of the book, because not a lot of people turn on the show more pictures, the ones that KDP automatically shows, which sometimes they're also not very good.
Yeah.
It's the blank page and then like the title page, and then they show the author page and then some link and then nothing else.
And on mobile, it doesn't even show the inside.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right, Helen.
And that's what most people are on is mobile.
And mobile is like 70% of the sales are on mobile. Right. So it's like, wow, you guys are wasting so much money on Amazon and AMS because you are not showing the product. The very generic frontal of the book, and that's it. So, I mean, if you have a notebook kind of journal that is nothing but those free templates, that is nothing but lines, it's probably best not to show more pictures because, you're sending an overpriced notebook, right? But if you're doing something, like you put your heart and soul into this product and you have all these drawings and all these, very nicely done journals and agendas and stuff like that, and people are not seeing what you have, it's a waste of promo money. So it's when Michelle and I started bumping heads, and we're like, yeah, we need to have this class, and we priced it, very affordable. So the expert is Michelle on KDP. So I will help you in the class understand the psychology of having product placement in your listing and the things that you need to convey to your customers. But Michelle is the one that is going to be talking all about KDP and all this stuff. So I will let Michelle talk because it's probably what most people are interested right now.
And before you dive in, let me just clarify what this is. So it's a master class. You have a class tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then how does it work? Is there another class after that?
Session 2 is on Thursday.
Okay.
At 11 as well. And then we're going to give folks a week and a half break there so that they can go and test and try the things that we're telling them to do. And then come back for an encore session to answer any final questions, celebrate successes, and so on. And that will be on the 20th.
Perfect. And are these going to be recorded? Can people watch after the fact?
Yes.
It's all recorded, and they do have access to a course dashboard, and they can go in and watch the replays at any time and get their course bonuses as well. Perfect.
Okay. So go ahead and add whatever parts that Fernando hasn't talked about yet for the class.
Yeah.
99% of the stuff now.
Well, we're going to talk about making that listing really shine, because that's what we need to do is really make that listing lots of bling, make it look great. And we show an example on our sales page of a plain old listing, which most of them actually look like that. An example of one that's really blinged up, and that means the look inside feature is working. It doesn't always engage, so we talk about how to get that to engage if it's not working. And then, you know what? And Fernando just mentioned earlier that when people click on that look inside, what they're seeing. Well, you know what? We do have some control of how that's laid out. And so I'm going to go through some steps and some ideas that might work, what might work for some books and others. So how to lay that look inside feature out so that's putting the best foot forward for you, whether you're just a publisher or whether you're an author. And then we're going to talk about making the listing look really great. The description text, that's your little mini synopsis, and it's got to look great. Now, of course, not everyone's going to read the whole thing, but some of the detail freaks of the world do. So hopefully that wasn't offensive. But the detail people, they like to read all of that stuff, and we need to put it out there for them. And there's a lot of different ways you can do that. And that's where the psychology and the marketing and copywriting comes in with Fernando, is that because we want to compel them to click that buy button. And so that's what we're going to be talking about in that piece. And then the third piece is those additional images. And boy, have I got a lot of questions about that lately. How to get those extra pictures in. I've been doing that for, I don't know, probably a year and a half, putting those extra pictures in. Yeah. And so, it was kind of like, I haven't included it in all my other classes. I haven't put that in there. It hasn't been something, but lately, since that big post went out lately about that gratitude journal, everyone's asking, how did they do that? So okay, now's the time. A lot of people want those extra pictures in there. The beautiful mock-ups, the pictures of the books kind of in action with real people, and like lifestyle is what I want to say, I guess, lifestyle pictures. And so how to get those in there, and it is a multi-step process.
Yeah.
But you know what? Most of us are okay with that. You know what? If it takes a couple extra steps, I'm okay with it. It's one of those things that once it's up there for good, and up there, and it's okay, worth investing that extra time in. I have had 11 of my books be on the bestseller list, and several of them stay there all of the time. They pop in and off, as you know, all the time. So to be able to have that extra, the extra bling in your listing, I think is a good thing.
Absolutely. You want to stand out. That's the whole point.
Yes.
So, wow. And Mike, thank you for being here. Mike Hurd is watching. It's 11 p.m. in the UK. So he's, he's
I don't even know what thing it means.
That's late at night.
I know. For me, 11 p.m. I'm like sound asleep. It's ridiculous.
I'm away. I'm a night owl. So I mean, I'm away. But it's one of those, right? When people don't realize, like, they are so sold into the idea of upload.
Yeah.
That they don't focus on quality. That they don't focus that, you know what? Maybe instead of uploading 100 books, maybe let me do one correctly. It's going to take me the same time and effort. But you start looking at the top sellers, the real top sellers on KDP, they're in the rank 55s, 54, 60s. And let's assume for 1 minute that they're making $3 per book sold. And they're selling 100 of those a day. That's $106,000 a year on one book. That's what those guys are making, by selling $103 a year. They're selling a lot more. They're selling a lot more. But you know how the people know that those books are good? Because they look at the pictures inside. And if you look at them, they are gorgeous journals. They are like very well thought out. They are very unique. They are, they have flow. And the pictures show like how they are being used. It has the psychological impact that you want to see how it does. A lot of people don't get into the idea of how they will look like, for example, a coloring book. Why would I pay $10 for a coloring book in KDP when I can pay for $1 on Amazon, on the dollar store? And you say, well, mine has dinosaurs. Yeah, the other one has Jurassic Park dinosaurs. Beat that. It's licensed, right? So you gotta tell them, it's my paper has great quality. It's great for my kids to hang in their refrigerator because it's not gonna get all soggy and yellow paper that looks like toilet paper, from the gas station. It's good quality paper. It can last for the years. You gotta sell the psychology.
The sun's bright.
You gotta sell the psychology to your customer, right? That they have to pay to $10 by showing it the pictures, showing a nice kid coloring that book. They want to transform themselves, saying that kid is their own kid as well, doing that coloring. So you want to get those nice pictures in front of them, and that is how you sell everything. In Amazon, you go to private label products. You usually see always somebody using the product. It's a mug, somebody drinking the coffee. You have a toy. You see a kid playing with the toy. They always show something that drives the psychology of the purchase. But when you only show something like, here it is, this is the cover of this book, and it has a nice unicorn, just like the 1,000 more unicorns that everybody else does have in the same platform. It's like, okay, why is your unicorn better than the rest? Just because it's pink and the other one is purple? Well, no, because the inside, it's a lot better, than the rest. And it's the same price, or use $1 more or $2 more. People don't really care about the difference in pricing. They want to know what they're getting. And it's common sense. And KDP right now, it's the way they portray their books. It's no common sense associated with anything.
I like Cindy.
I've uploaded a lot of crap, and I've uploaded a lot of crap too. But I've also uploaded a lot of good stuff.
I like Cindy's comment. She said, quality over quantity might take longer, but sustainability is much better. Yes, Cindy.
You don't have to worry about copycats when you do quality.
That's right.
Because copycats are lazy. They're not going to copy quality. They are just going to say, ugh, too much work. Let me continue doing lines. Now, is this class for everybody? If you are one of those that all your books use lines, no, this is not for you. Because you're never going to apply absolutely nothing. This is for people that are doing they're taking their time to do stuff, and they want to showcase their products, and they want to do more, because you're not going to
not worth your time to do all that.
Of these, you're going to do probably 100 of, and probably 1 or 2 a week, and you're going to start doing them. But you're going to focus on the ones that you have the good data, the ones that that are selling, and the ones that you say, what, it's worth investing me a couple of hours to get this done correctly. So I mean, if it's work involved, okay, but it's going to increase your sales incredibly by showcasing your product a lot better. So this is definitely not for everybody. So we know that that this is not going to be selling for hundreds of people, because we are not selling this is going to be easy. This is, as Michelle says, it takes steps, multi-steps. And sometimes we're going to get rejection, and we're going to have to go with a rebuttal, and we're going to have to do it. So, and you have to go through the process. So, and it's a rewarding process. I mean, we do that all the time with private label. We do all the time. Even when we do merchant fulfill, we go through that the original lister of the product show some pictures that we're taking in top of their bedroom, top of their bed, and they're nasty pictures, and you're like, come on. So you got to go with the process of replacing every single picture in that listing to increase the sales, and automatically the rank improves.
Yeah.
So we're in a world that images are more important than words sometimes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Very, very important piece of it. Yeah, I mean, I have uploaded over 1,000 books, and it's definitely, like he says, it's not for all those books. It's for the ones with the highest potential, the ones that are selling, or the ones you think have a really great opportunity for those. If you have a fantastic, slamming awesome journal, absolutely. But if you're just uploading the next, plain journal, then maybe not, because it is a multi-step process, and it takes time to do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. I know Fernando has to go pretty soon, but I appreciate you guys coming on quickly last minute. So if there's anything else that you guys really want to make sure we cover before we end, I'm excited. I haven't heard people talking about how to add in those extra pictures and everything. So I think this will really help people stand out with their listing.
You bet. Fernando?
Well, it's your birthday, little girl. So you can
Yes, it is my birthday today. Yes.
Happy birthday. I can't believe you came on your birthday. Oh my God.
Well, I have another class in an hour, but yeah, here's a pro tip for any other influencers out there, and not to schedule a product launch or class on the same day as your birthday, because your Facebook feed blows up with all this other stuff. And so I'm like, what? Why does somebody need something? I'm like, all these pings on my phone and my email everywhere. And so, yeah. It's been crazy, but yes, thank you so much. I turned 53 years old today, and I have a grandbaby that's due any day, so that's super exciting.
Are you serious? Oh my God!
Yes, so I'm
you look way younger than that.
Yeah, she's been waiting so impatiently for the baby to be born today. So
yeah, congratulations!
It's gonna happen on my birthday. But I do want to invite everyone that's watching to join us. This is something that can really help with sales. It can really help increase their book royalties, and no one else is teaching it out there. And so I'm really excited to bring this forward to the community of authors and publishers. And I invite you to join us at booklistingbling.com, or just, never mind, click the link. You have a link in the Facebook group, right?
Yes. Wherever you're watching, we're streaming 5 places actually. So
that's awesome.
Wherever you're watching, there should be a link.
Welcome everybody from all those 5 places.
Yeah.
Click the link in whatever place you're at.
Speaking of which, if people are watching, a few days from now and the class has already gone, are they still able to get it to watch the replay, or is it closed off where you can't buy it after tomorrow?
The replay is going to stay on for a couple, for a while. So okay. I mean, it's going to be, people will still be able to buy it. Okay. It's not going to be live. And, and in the live, we're going to have some Q&A that people can ask questions. So if you can make it to the live, you will have an opportunity to ask for, your questions. Otherwise, that's why we put a little group. The group is going to be only going to be open for a couple of months, more to give support. And once, the support has been satisfied, we will close it. So it's more like just for immediate support. Like because we understand a lot of people are going to be trying to do the same at the same time, so we want to get people to ask the same questions in the group so that all the people can get answered, so it's not repeated and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe I get the chance to get those done. Also, people who join, besides the group, Bexels.com gave us a free backgrounds package.
Oh, nice.
Fully editable AI files, so you can change the colors and everything you want in those. So they're included in the package as well. So it's like $50 of worth of backgrounds that you can use completely modify, or you can remove some aspects from it and add it into different stuff. So you can you get those ones as part of also from signing up from the for the $67 you get all of that. So as I said, we believe we have priced this completely affordable. So pricing is not really an excuse. Yes, I have a halo.
It really did look like a halo.
I mean, honestly, I want to remove that blackboard from the back because I couldn't find anywhere else to put it in this office. But ever since I did, this ring gives me a halo, and it's like so embarrassing. And then my kids come and play with it, and then they draw, and they erase all my sales records.
Oh no!
They found it like an entertaining thing to come and write something. Like the other day, I was live and I had horns because they literally drew horns.
Oh, that's cute! I love it.
And I didn't notice until I was like completely live, and people started laughing. So yeah, I think this blackboard is going away pretty soon. Or I'm gonna probably put some cover in there so you guys kind of get to see it.
And I just got the sunshine.
I used to like.
Yeah, I love the halo. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not Angelico, but yes, I mean people who have followed me for a while know that I have this crude sense of humor. So, but yeah.
But that's great. Well, we just would love to have everybody join us. We're actually filling it up pretty fast. We had 100 seats, and I haven't checked today, but I know we were getting very close to that. So
Perfect.
we're
exciting. Well, thank you guys so much, and happy birthday. And I can't wait to see how it all goes tomorrow. It's gonna be so fun.
Great. Thank you. We will see you there, Helen. Thank you.
All right. See you there. And thank you, everybody who came to watch.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.